This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Pete and Sebastian Show. My name's Sebastian Maniscalco, along here with Pete Correale in studio. And the way this is going, I don't see us ever going back to the normal way of doing things. I think based on what the week we've had this week, we both decided that this is kind of the way to go. You come out, whatever, once every 3 months, we just bang it out.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
You know, last night, I don't want to get ahead of the game, but our toes touched in the pool at one point, and we didn't even say anything. That's how close we're getting. There was a quick touch. Thing. I don't even think you felt that. I was like,
I don't even remember.
I was like, yeah, you're swimming in my area.
Wait a minute.
So this is,
Bro, I don't even think I was near you in the pool. I was on the other side of the pool.
You were in the pool like literally longer than like a walrus would have gotten out, like to doing in and out. You were in it for a long time, but you came by at one point. But anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Okay.
But I love the live, love being here with you. I've been loving the guests. It's been a lot of fun out here, man.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of fun, and to kind of reflect on what happened yesterday at the cheese store as I was in bed last night, I'm sitting there going, my God, I think we had an enormous amount of wine at that cheese store. I think we ripped through 3 bottles. Right?
We did. I don't know where these shows are going to play within the realm of what you're talking about, but we went to Dom's Cheese Shop and did a bunch of shows, taped them yesterday. Now we're taping the very next day. I don't know when this is going to air, but that's what's going on. And you started drinking the wine at 10 a.m., so then I did too.
I just felt the environment deserved it.
Yeah.
Right? You're there. We had the cheese. We had the sandwiches. I just felt like I was in Italy and I was on vacation. It was exciting that we had all those guests ripping through there.
It was fun.
But then we came back here and we lit it up again, right? By the way, we took an Uber and I drove there. We took an Uber back, all right? We don't want to be drinking and driving. And then we kind of fell into the pool just by accident, right? And next thing you know, we're eating sushi in the pool.
Me, you, and Lana hung out for a long, And Lana, I was drinking so much, she made a little plate of sushi for me, and I'm just sitting there eating out of hers. And after like a half hour, she goes, "Oh, that was for you." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you." I was like, "Dude, I never drink wine."
Yeah.
So what I always found cool about wine drinkers is when I hear them go, "Oh, we have 4 bottles or 3 bottles, or whatever." I'm like, you don't really say that with beer. You don't go, "I had 12 beers." Mm-hmm. So it was fun to do that. The wine was delicious. And then when we got back, we were going through some bottles by your pool, bro.
Yeah, I think we went through 3.
Wow.
But here's the problem I got. I should turn it up. Here's the problem I got with you.
Really?
I felt like you were really reluctant to have white wine. Right?
I was.
And I was kind of offended with your position on it because I think you think having white wine makes a man weak.
Yes, I find it to be. It's feminine. I thought I was going to grow breasts halfway through.
Once you start cooking, I felt like I kind of felt by the end of the night you might ask for a glass of white now during the day, sitting poolside in Fredonia.
You know, I definitely see the coolness of it, and I got to say, with you got the long stem, and for long periods of time, you were in the pool just up to your face, and just holding up your wine glass, like just your head and your wine glass are above the pool, sipping it, and I thought it was classy. I liked the move and the whole aspect of it, but I don't think I'm switching over to white wine though. I don't.
And I thought we won you over with the white wine the way you were sucking it down last night.
I was sucking it down.
And you took the wine bottle to go, and I'm thinking, this guy was going to drink it in bed?
I know, right? What was that TV show that was so popular for 2 years now where they go to different locations?
White Lotus.
White Lotus. I felt like a guest at the White Lotus taking my wine back from the pool to my room. You know what I'm saying? This place is stunning.
All right, guys, what is going on? It is time to talk about Omaha Steaks because I cooked up some Omaha Steak hamburgers Labor Day weekend that were unbelievable. It almost made my kid not mind having to go back to school. And that's right, fall is in the air, and that means we're looking forward to crisp mornings, falling leaves, and sweater weather, baby. But more importantly, it's the perfect time for fall grilling, tailgating, and cozy comfort food. Omaha Steaks has all your fall cravings covered with 50% off statewide during the semi-annual sale. That's 50% off all your favorite tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks like their butcher's cut filet mignons. Go to omahasteaks.com today and use the code thecast at checkout to get an extra $30 off your order. With Omaha Steaks, the possibilities are endless. You know that. Endless flavor and endless value on incredible entrees, scrumptious sides, decadent desserts, and more. All of them are 50% off during the semi-annual sale, and every bite is backed by their 100% unconditional guarantee. So go to omahasteaks.com and shop all your delicious favorites for half the price. Don't forget to enter the promo code THECAST at checkout for an extra $30 off. And hurry up, this sale is only for a limited time. Minimum purchase may apply. Omaha Steaks, the world's best beef, naturally aged for the ultimate in tenderness, juiciness, and flavor. 5 generations of family-owned expertise means uncompromising quality you can trust. Every steak and every entree is flash frozen, vacuum sealed, and ready when you want to grill, all backed by their unconditional 100% money back guarantee. Fall is in the air, and that means it's time for the sale so nice they have to do it twice. The Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale with 50% off statewide. It's the perfect time to grab fall grilling favorites, cozy comfort meals, decadent desserts, and so much more. Plus, you'll save an extra $30 when you use promo code THECAST at checkout. And every purchase is backed by their unconditional money-back guarantee. Simply go to omahasteaks.com and shop the semi-annual sale today.
So, I went to bed last night.
Yeah.
I sucked down an amazing amount of water. 2 leaves.
Nice move.
Right? You, however, I don't know what I saw this morning when I walked in to the gym. Because you texted me and said, could you put the steam room on? And I said, yeah, I'll be out there in 10 minutes, whatever. So I come out there, right? And I thought, I didn't recognize you. I thought a homeless man broke into the house. So you wanted the steam room on because you got a little ill last night.
I was dying. Yes.
Okay. So I didn't think you were going to make it to the podcast today, just based on how you looked. And then you said you came out and you said you felt a little bit better, but I was trying to get you out around 10 o'clock. You kind of resurfaced at about 10:32, right?
Yeah.
I even came up here. I told these guys, I go, I think I'm doing this thing solo. Right?
Yeah.
So give me like last night. You go to bed. Do you know it's going to be a problem?
I didn't think about it. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I went to bed. I didn't drink water or anything like that. I drank wine from 10 in the morning till 10 at night.
Yeah.
Like, didn't stop. I mean, there was some Johnny Depp shit going on right there. So, had a blast, went to bed, and then, like halfway through the night happens when it happens is what happens. I start tossing and turning, I feel it, and I'm like, damn, I'm not going to feel better until I do this.
Yeah.
And I went, and all the sushi and everything, it was gross. And you know what the worst part about throwing up is after you're done and you got to do to get it out of there. You know what I'm saying? No one knows what I'm talking about. You still got it in there. You got to get that out. And you're like, oh, here we go with that.
He's doing farmer's blows after he throws up.
Yeah.
I don't.
You got to get it all out.
I've never done that.
Really?
I don't know how you throwing up to your nose.
Well, yeah, it's just coming out. Like, it's coming out of my mouth, but it gets up in my nose, and I got to do the farmer thing to get it out.
Okay. Listen, I've never seen you throw up or heard you throw up.
Yeah,
However, if I was outside your room at 3 o'clock, I would suspect the way you throw up is violent.
It is. You would have heard it.
Yeah.
And I was, and it was 4 sessions.
4, yeah.
So I did that, went back to bed, and as soon as I'm done, you've thrown up in your life. You get that sweat on your forehead, and you're just hovering over the bowl. But you feel so much better for a second, and then like I did the lay on the tile because it was so cold, and it felt good on me. And I'm like, and I even mumbled out loud. I'm like, paying the piper. So Went back, thought it was all out. Then it came up. Listen, beautiful place, but then came up Dom's portion of the show. Yeah.
Well, bring up a good point about interval throw-ups. Do you think if you stayed there a little bit longer, you'd get another run at it? Or do you think you got to go back to bed, lay down, and the next batch is kind of brewing, but it's just not ready to come up yet?
Exactly. That's what it is. It's like Giannis's bullet coming out of his skin. You got to go back to bed and let it rise on its own for a little while. Yes. And you hope it doesn't, and then you're laying there going, again, come on. And you get up, round 2 was all that. Round 3 is, are you ready for this? After round 2, there's nothing left in me, so I drank a little water, went back to bed, and then my body's like, we're not even ready for water, guy. So brought up the water, and then it was just like dry, and it was, so I thought the steam would help.
Yeah.
And then I went in your pool. I don't know if you saw that.
No, you did?
Yeah, I went in the pool, did that. But my body knows. My body's always known when I have something to do, meaning a show usually. It knows how much time do we have, and it takes that into consideration. I knew I had to cast at 11, and my body came back to me right about 10:45. But there's a process. There's things you got to do. The steam helps. The pool helps. I went in the shower, and then I just let the water hit the back of my head where it meets my neck. I just let it hit there for a long-ass time, man.
You know what else helps, and I know you were scared to do this because you thought you might get a heart attack, is the cold plunge.
Right.
That really kind of resets the system.
I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like, I'd have to come get you again or put you out again.
Yeah, that's right there. You just lift it up. And
You didn't look like $1 million this morning.
I'm not saying I did, but I wasn't
Yeah.
hugging the fucking toilet for 4 rounds.
But can you imagine if I couldn't do this cast today? That's how irresponsible. Fly out here, all the money, all this shit, and now you're laying in my guest house. That's not this visit. This visit's about getting it done.
Yeah, I know.
We got it done, bro.
We did get it done. We just had Giannis in studio.
Is that feminine?
Yeah.
Damn it. Do you don't sit like that,
Mm,
Evan?
the chair is too low for you to sit like that.
All right.
If it was higher and you wanted to do that, I think you could get away with it. But it's such an extended... It's so extended into kind of my airspace.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. All right, sorry.
So we had Giannis on, right?
Giannis Pappas, funny guy.
Pappas. And he came in.
I don't think he's saying his own last name right. Because that would mean Tom Papa is Tom Papa. If Giannis is Papa, right? I mean, no, I'm all right. Oh, thank you, bro.
Oh,
That's
Jesus
so
Christ.
unnecessary,
You know
but thank you.
You know what? I don't like the way that looks on camera.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Take it out.
That's all right. But thank you, bro. But thank you. No, my feet are fine. That was very nice. I don't need it at all, but thank you.
He could. It's a very nice gesture, but I think he could sit there with his heels on the floor.
Yeah. Where did that come from, bro? That was awfully nice of you. Jeez.
You know what it's like to have a hangover.
I'm not anymore. I'm feeling good. I'm rocking, baby.
I think you popped out of the hangover mid-Pappas.
Yeah.
In the beginning there, I thought you were going to vomit on the table.
At first, it was a little touch and go. And then when he said he came all the way out from East Coast just to do the cast, I'm like, you got to get rid of this hangover. This dude came a long way. You're going to sit here and be all hungover on him? Ridiculous.
And he got a BMW rental convertible. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's...
I have yet to meet a comedian doing less good than me. I mean, they all, even the rental car. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? My rental car was $400. It's a piece of shit black Pathfinder, whatever.
Has it moved?
What?
Your rental car has it moved since
No,
you
if I
got
do
here?
this again, I'm just going to Uber here and Uber back. Yeah.
No need for that. I did this half for the cast and half because it's just me.
Yeah.
But you had like a garbage area outside your door this morning.
Yeah.
Right? It was a wine opener, a plastic bag, a lighter, the ashtray, the product bag laying on the floor.
Right.
It looked like the only thing missing was a Coleman pen.
It was a little. It looked like a homeless guy went to beg. and this is like where he hangs.
That's his house.
Yeah.
So I took a picture and I sent it to you. I said, you want to clean this up?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no problem.
I said sorry too, but I had taken in some of the product, but I forgot the other stuff. But yeah, I get it. You got a house like this. Let's keep it nice. Keep it tight.
Listen, sometimes there's like people that come through here or whatever, whether it be Lana's having a meeting with the landscape architect,
right.
and he's going to come over. He goes, I think we should put some bushes. What the fuck is it?
But maybe we should put some bushes by the bag of drugs. By the bottle of wine and the bag of pot right there. That's good.
Oh, God.
So that's all gone. That's all gone, man. But I apologize.
No. It's just, I half did it kidding, and I figured we could have fun with it.
Now, I didn't know this. Lana had sent a photo to Jackie of me in the hot tub, right?
Last night?
From last night.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So Jackie this morning said, "Oh, you sound hurting." And I'm like, "I'm coming around." She goes, "Yeah, I saw a photo of you in the hot tub." Now, I don't always I don't know if I was going to let her know how much fun I had last night. You know what I'm saying? I was but
why?
What?
Like, what would be the harm of saying we had a blast?
Of course, there's no harm in it. But I mean, my wife is working with the kid right now. And it's just always weird to me. Like, we had a great time last night. And it would have been fun to have it in next time, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll bring her out next time and bring out Sadie and,
it was so Lana's so much fun. Your kids are awesome. I had a really good time coming out here, and it was funny. Yesterday we were taping, and you go about doing it together face to face from now on. You go, yeah, we got to do it like that. You got to take the camera home, throw it out. We're done with that. Take your room back. You told me to take my room back.
Could you make it another? Maybe make it a spa. That room. Maybe make it a little massage room. But I gotta tell you, and I talked to Lana about this morning. The beauty of what, by the way, and I'm just half kidding, half not. It's killing me that you got that coffee on a napkin.
Dude,
it's okay.
I know.
It's okay. No, we got. You know what? I take pride. In buying the coaster that goes along with that coffee cup, and I'm mad at myself. Just put it down.
All right.
I'm mad at myself that I didn't show you where the coaster was when you got the coffee.
I'm not a coaster guy. Why are you saying? I mean, if I just want to make no ring here, I get that. But I feel like the coaster is an unnecessary addition to the mug. I don't even know who came up with the coaster. I don't really have a good feeling about it.
Well, the coaster is specifically designed for the type of coffee mug you had couple days ago, which was spilling all over the place, right? It was coming off the top, right?
Yeah.
So what the coaster does is it catches liquid that might spill off the right. So the circumference of this is not enough to catch. If you went like that, it'd go here.
Right.
It's just and it's a look.
The look I get. I know you got a look thing going, but like. You was talking about getting a dog. Did you have one growing up?
No.
Are you prepared for that? I mean, if you got a problem with your dog is going to piss right on your rug inevitably at some point, and even though you'll be able to clean it and get it out, you got to mentally wrap your head around, like, at night we put our dogs on the couch, so like we got to put down a towel. Like Jackie puts down a special blanket for the dog to lay on, which is I find it to be a little trashy, but if otherwise your couch will start smelling like dog. Are you ready for all that? What are you gonna do?
No, you know what?
Your dog's gonna be in a tuxedo, probably, knowing you. It's gonna get bathed every day.
I got the first hint of having a dog when I was in North Carolina over the July 4th weekend. My sister-in-law brought her dog over, and Lana and I were in our bed, and the dog came up and jumped in the bed, and I thought that was so foreign to me.
Really?
To see a dog in beautiful white sheets. Right?
But didn't it make you feel good? The dog's up here with us. It wants to be near us.
Kids were happy. As long as the kids were happy, I was happy. However, I started to think, is this what dogs do? Like they hop in the bed?
Yeah. It's great.
I don't know.
Our dog wakes Sadie up every day for school. When Jackie makes Sadie lunch and gives a piece to the dog in the morning in the kitchen. And then she goes up to wake up Sadie, and the dog knows to go with Jackie, jumps on the bed, and licks Sadie's face till Sadie wakes up. It's it's better than an alarm clock.
Yeah.
So I think you are going to fall deep and hard in love with your dog more than the rest of the family. I mean, I can see you kissing it, like right on the mouth at some point. You're going to love it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Listen, I'm obviously going to love the dog, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the family. I just got to get over a lot of these kind of dog-isms that happen around the house that I'm not typically used to.
Do you have any idea what kind of dog you guys play?
I mean, she likes the Labradoodle and, nice. Hypoallergenic, which, again, I've been saying that word, hypoallergenic.
Right. What does that mean?
Not allergic. What is that?
But does it mean it doesn't shed? Like,
I don't know what hypo means.
Is it hypo or hyper?
No, hyper. Is it hypo, guys?
It's hypo because it's the other direction of hyper. Like if it was hyperallergenic, it'd be really bad for allergies. But it's hypo. It's anti-allergy breeding.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Do you feel, and I don't know a damn thing about Patrick's past,
right?
Do you feel like he went to an Ivy League school? Did you go Ivy League?
No, I ain't getting that vibe from him. I'm getting.
What are you getting? Community college?
I'm getting whatever it is. I'm getting. He didn't go to one place the whole time. He definitely did like a dip the toe in a couple of different institutions.
Yeah,
I am right.
I went to like 5 different.
And a dry and definitely a commuter to college. Right? Oh God, nothing worse than when I was in college and I'd see a dude come in with car keys. I'm like, baited. Are you gonna have dinner with mom and dad tonight, guy? I live with 5 dudes. We're gonna have beer with our dinner. It's like it's a different vibe. It's just a different vibe. You know what I mean, bro?
Oh wait, no, but I didn't live at home. I moved out when I was 16.
Oh, altogether.
Yeah, and then I put myself through school.
So that's
not funny.
when you just heard I moved out at 16.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I envisioned in my head?
Yeah.
It was and never come back. I'm just, you know, when I hear stories right. I moved out when I was 16 years old, I feel like, because when I was 16, I didn't know what, I just got my driver's license.
Right. My wildly dependent on mommy and daddy.
Yeah, it was like they were doing, they were feeding me still,
When I was 16, my mother she used to make pre-made sandwiches on Monday and put them in the fridge in a big long basket. And whenever you want a sandwich, you just go in there and get it. My friends would be like, bro, pre-made sandwiches, who gets this service? This guy's got a stick with a little scarf on the end with his belongings like a hobo walking down the block. Well, at the same time, I'm going, Ma, are there any more sandwiches? Right? You were still putting your head on your mother's lap at 30.
35.
So is there any truth to what Sebastian's saying? I mean, was it a middle of the night? Like, were you on a missing child poster in the post office?
No, I started work early. Like I had a job when I was 14, started saving money. Mostly just wasn't getting along with my brother in high school.
Wow.
Wanted to switch schools. There was no way to make the commute work. My dad had split, but was willing to co-sign for an apartment. So
wow,
that's how I got an apartment at 16.
Can you imagine Caruso coming to you at 16 and going, Dad, it's just not, this is not my vibe. It's too much. It's too stressful here. I need you to co-sign. I'm going to go live on Sunset. I'm still going to go to high school and I'll come for the weekends for dinner, but can you just sign me up to have an apartment? I got to get out of here.
That's fine, but I will be living with you on Sunset.
That's it.
Shit. So, you're going back tonight.
Going back.
Oh, you're in a red eye tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, bro, literally looked it up. I get the middle seat again.
Oh God.
I literally have to have less coffee before I get on the plane because of my seat. Isn't that crazy? I can't even enjoy a cup of coffee before I fly because I don't want to keep tapping the aisle guy because I got to pee again.
Oh, I thought because you wanted to sleep.
I'm not going to sleep no matter what. I mean, I'll try to doze off. I don't know. I'm going to try and watch a flick, but I got a flick recommendation. I want to get ahead of you. What do you say?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Give me the record.
The movie's called The Wave, but here's the thing. It's a movie. It takes place in like some town in Norway that is right next to a glacier, and this is all true. The glacier broke apart once, and the whole town flooded, and it's going to happen again at some point. And when it breaks away, it's going to cause a giant wave that's going to wipe away the whole town. And they have a whole alarm system set up so that they have time to know. And that's all true. We go to put it on. It looks great. Starts up. Subtitles. I didn't realize that. So right away, Jackie goes, no. And I'm like, let's give it a second. I go, sometimes we can't even hear what the people are saying in our movies anyway. At least now we can read it. And watch the whole thing. I don't even make it through American-speaking movies most of the time now. I fall asleep. Watch the whole thing, and I want to tell you, don't fear the subtitle movie. If you know what I mean. There's some great movies out there that are foreign films, and I'm going to try and embrace it and do it again. So, what's your take on that? Have you ever tried to do that?
I get turned off. Like, oh, this looks good. Put it on, and it's like subtitles. And
Worst.
Especially at night. And I'm laying down, and then I gotta read. TV might be. I think the TV's set up for visual, like not reading, right?
I agree. I mean, and then it gets in the way too. At one point, I was like, "Does he have a gun in his hand?" I can't tell because of the T in the in the fucking subtitle, man.
Yeah, I just think it's hard to read and kind of also look at what's going on. Sometimes, yeah. You ever try to do this? You ever try to read it fast and then look up? So you're ahead of the, you're like, I read that already, but okay. I think I saw something. Yeah, I've always trying to get ahead of the reading.
Right.
But yeah, it's called Wave.
Yeah, that's why I like an action scene where there's no one's talking. You're like, oh God, take a break here.
An action scene is like photos in a book. When you see photos in a book, you're like, oh, I don't have to read this.
Exactly. It's weird, too, though, when you hear them talking another language. You kind of, don't care as much. It's hard to, the minute he goes, you're like, fuck you, I don't even know you. Yeah, I know. It's like.
Narcos is the only series on Netflix that I've watched with the subtitles on. And watched it so much. I think there's 5 different seasons of it. I watched it so much that I picked up Spanish.
Narcos is your Rosetta Stone. Oh, that's great. That's great.
So, yeah, no. Look at now I'm sitting like you, bro.
Oh, what the hell is this? No, you come in my ass space. I don't mind.
I feel like if you do a cross leg on your, what leg do you cross, Joe?
Oh, it's always got to be right over, and it's like, maybe it's feminine, but it's so comfortable like this. You know what I mean?
So you always took a right.
If you a little toe bounce, foot bounce, you ever do the foot bounce?
I never got into the foot bounce. I think I do a shake. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I do. Maybe it's a foot shake. I don't know. I always go right over left though. I just tried this and this don't move. This just lays nice. I don't know.
Yeah, no, more because and we didn't use that side, so it got less flexible. As we got a hold of. You know what I'm saying?
So I tried watching TV last night.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, let me see what's on. I have a little recommendation. Just got into it. I've always liked kind of hijack movies.
Yeah.
And there's Apple TV's got a series called Hijack that I knocked out an episode. I like where it's going. So that's my recommendation. I also
what got hijacked? The plane?
Plane. Right.
What's your take on that, by the way? If you were on a plane that got hijacked and the people on the plane in charge who hijacked it telling you, don't do anything stupid, we're going to land this thing where we want and you'll all be fine. And then you get a guy next to you in your seat going, I already talked to the guy behind me. when I drop the glass, we're all going to go. Now, do you go, fuck that guy. He said we're going to be fine. Shut it down.
You know what I do in that moment? I feel like there's somebody else on the plane that is a lot more capable of handling this than I am.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking around going, ain't we going to do something? Because I ain't.
Even Giannis on the cast we do with Giannis when he said the guy went to shoot him, he grabbed his arm. I'd be in the fetal position going, no. This is what I would do, though. I would be, if you tackled the guy and then you just needed more weight to hold the guy down, I'll come for that. When when there's 3 more guys come and sit on the arm, like that.
Yeah, but if there's multiple hijackers, this thing was orchestrated, almost like a 9/11 type of hijacking. There was like 5 or 6 people on it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. There's 5 or 6 guys on the plane that were ready to take this thing down. So anyway, I'm watching that. I'm watching Jury Duty, which is on Amazon, which is a comedy, which just got nominated for 4 Emmys, by the way. And what you take the actors going on strike now, right? First the writers, now the actors. Now you're a writer.
Yeah.
All right. I know you haven't done this, but would you pick it?
I you know what? If I lived out here, I think I would have to say yeah, because so many other people are. I mean, they literally have. I get these emails of where they're going to picket and when. I mean, nowhere where I live in Buffalo, but like, but what's even more, I don't know what the word is, fascinating, I guess. Like, now that the actors are striking too, right? So you can't act. They have like a whole policing system. I've seen the emails and stuff. Like if someone goes to write a project, they'll report them. So-and-so's writing a project right now on the side on this, so like when writers aren't literally probably sitting home, doing nothing. Mm-hmm. They're probably writing stuff that they have faith in. Mm-hmm. And when the strike lifts, all of a sudden people are going to presenting full scripts all over the place. You know what I mean? Like I even said to a friend of mine, I got to wait till the Aaron Sorkins of the world deliver their stuff before they're interested in the second round. Yeah. But like, yeah. And if you act or write now, they try to get you blackballed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had not an incident, but I had to go I had to do a voiceover for a movie on a lot. All right. And I had to pull in the lot and I had, there was no picketers, but on the way out, there was the picketers, right? And now I gotta go through the picketers because there's a light there, right?
Right.
And no one looked at me. No one would chastise me. Yeah, you fuck. Nothing. Right. It was just very peaceful picketing. They were talking. People were eating. And I feel like different picketers have different styles of picketing, right? I feel like writers, you're getting like meek kind of people. They're not like, like if the plumbers were striking and I was like in that plumber world and I was pulling out, like a wrench would have been thrown through my head.
Right. Well, they did blow up a big rat in New York City. You ever seen a big rat?
Yeah. The writers don't have a mascot. Like they need a rat or something. They got to adopt something where it's like, because I see the rat and if I'm walking in New York City and I see the rat, I go to the other side of the street. Like I ain't going into that area.
Yeah,
right?
But anyway, yeah. So would you pick it? You think? I mean, it's aggressive. It's aggressive. I'm just not working.
Well, here, like I have friends that work for studios, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm picketing and the studio exec comes out of the thing, it's my buddy. As a picketer, could I go up to the car and go, "How was work today?" Yeah, right. While holding the picketing sign that for the people that we're picketing against, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line? Right. You know what I'm saying, like, can I invite a studio executive over to my house for dinner even though that the agreement's not done yet.
That's a good point. Ukraine is so close to Russia. There are people that know each other either way. Can they not get together for a steak until this thing is worked out? You almost, even if you want to take a meeting at a studio, you got to go in as if you're picketing and do one of these, we will not. Ever seen The Wizard of Oz at the end when they're sneaking into the castle and the three of them just peel off while the rest of the soldiers keep going? So you're like, we will not. And you walk in, you take your meeting, grab your thing, you walk. Because, do you think you get some famous actor or famous writer or great writer or something, and they're talking to a studio, and all of a sudden they strike? Do they literally one call? If one calls, the other one goes, "Yeah, Tommy, I can't talk to you right now. I can't even have a conversation with you. It's not cool. It's not cool." Or do you talk about what you're going to do when the strike's over?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but you mentioned Tom, right?
Yeah.
Is that now that the actors are striking, if Tom Cruise got on the picket line, do you think the studio heads would be going, Tom Cruise is out there. Right. Get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel
that's a really good point, bro.
I just feel like the actors and the that are out there. Patrick, could you lay off the keyboard?
Yeah, I know. What are you on chapter 3 in novel guy?
Look, Shel Silverstein over here knocking out a.
Lindsay has a lot of questions about the live stream.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just it's a little distracting. You could do it just not. Don't cement finger the fucking the letter.
What a boss, huh? He's hype softer.
What the fuck? What the hell? No, I got if I hear that, that's all I hear.
Yeah,
it's that misophonia shit I got. So I that's all that's all I'm hearing.
Right.
So how do you feel about this? Right?
Yeah.
I've acted in some movies or whatever, but obviously it's not my main source of what I do. It's out there. People are depending on acting for a living, right?
Right.
I feel like if I was on the picket line as a comedian, right?
Yeah.
And there was another guy that was like an open micer that came out, right? Do you feel like the writers are going, bro, I wrote on West Wing and I wrote on Succession. What did you write on?
Yeah.
That there's a level of writer that has to be out there picketing, or do you think it's just open for all?
Listen. I mean, I think it's more effective if the more powerful the writer. But yeah, it's it is interesting to me. Like I remember years ago when there was an actor strike. I never got. I'm in SAG, but I never landed an acting part in my life. And in my head, I was like, this has nothing to do with me. I don't work. You know what I mean? This only applies to the people that actually work.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter whatever deal you make. It doesn't affect me because I don't get anything. So yeah, I mean, can you imagine? You got BP out there and Tom Cruise and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon all with sticks. That would make a difference.
By the way,
instead, you got Bill, who's in between Uber shifts.
But by the way, Tommy C, and I don't know if we talked about this yesterday on the cast or if we talked about this at the pool or whatever. Tom Cruise got Mission Impossible just came out, right?
Right.
Now, they're saying this thing is unbelievable.
We were drinking last night, and we were asking Lana, and I asked you who you would rather meet if you could meet one or the other, the Pope or Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, we would rather meet than the Pope. We were telling Lana how cool we thought Tom Cruise was for 15 minutes.
I'm just saying the guy is such a movie star and so elusive. And you just never really see him, all these celebrities you see hanging out at whatever, a white party, or they're at Jimmy Fallon's house in the Hamptons. I just feel like Tom Cruise wants none of that and just wants to
entertain you. I just want to entertain.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. This guy could literally have 2 movies that come out back to back that gross over $1 billion. Now,
that's unbelievable.
I would have to say he's the biggest movie star that's ever lived. at this point.
Absolutely. He's more valuable to America than the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building. He is. He's so American, and like, it's unbelievable. Like, to have those kind of hit movies constantly. I don't know. We got to get him, bro. We got to meet him. I feel like if you shake Tom Cruise's hand, you live a year longer than you would have.
I agree. Just his energy, if he shook your hand and grabbed that elbow. Oh. Yeah, you're like, holy shit, I got another year.
Now, like, if he's doing, I don't mean to cut you off here, bro, but if he's doing a scene yesterday, he's making a new movie, right? And then he wakes up today and there's a strike, and now he can't act, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think there's no way he's just going, all right, I'll just sit around, maybe I'll read a book. He probably wakes up and goes, all right, this will be a good time to learn how to do a double flip twist in a plane. Like what's the thing he's doing till the strike lifts is what I'd love to know.
Yeah, what is occupying his time outside of acting? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I tell you what, he's not getting shit-faced on white wine in a pool.
Talking about how great me and you are.
But you bring up a good point again with this Tom Cruise being a guest. If we had Tom Cruise be a guest in this thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the studio that we're doing it is Tom Cruise equipped. Okay? Starting with
I'm literally getting nervous just imagining him coming through that door.
It could happen.
Like, oh my God.
It could happen. All right? But I'd be extremely trepidatious about doing it based on the temperature of the room. When I feel if we get Tom Cruise in here, you got to get this thing at like an ice box, 59 degrees. I feel like that's what his house is at, 59.
I think Tom Cruise, his body lowers the temperature of every room he comes in by 10 degrees. He's like a walking ice cube. He's so cool. The temp goes down on its own, man. Yeah.
And if we're lucky enough to get him in here, right, do we give him the cheese plate? And by the way, I got to tell you, this cheese plate, it's not going over as big as I thought it would go over. I feel like I'm not getting the reaction I thought it's like when you buy a Christmas gift for your wife. She's like, oh, she's going to love it. And she opens it up. She's like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It don't travel well. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but even if it didn't travel well, you would have to go, wow, fucking Brie after a podcast. No, I mean,
I know. Listen,
like based on the three guys we gave it to, what guy do you think was most appreciative of it?
None of them. I mean,
Bill Burr, by the way, Bill Burr gave it to his manager.
Right. Yeah.
So within 20 minutes of leaving here, that's how fast he couldn't wait to get this thing out of his passenger seat. Right?
Yeah, I believe that.
Gave it to his manager. What do you think Giannis did with it? Do you think he's going to crack it open, or do you think he's going to give it to a homeless guy on the corner of Fairfax and Melrose?
Well, he said he's doing another podcast with a man he never met. And I think that man is going to get be the first podcast to get a gift from the guest. I think he's going to present them with some cheese and
you
crap.
Want this?
Again, traveling purposes, it doesn't travel well. So, I think the best, I honestly got a lot of faith that Jay Moore did a hard dig into the cheese plate when he got home late night.
I said, you eat the cheese plate yet? He goes, nah, not yet. It's in the refrigerator.
It made the fridge. They made the J Moore fridge. All right, that's something, man. That means it is probably going to be eaten. So
I thought Giannis would have had a little bit more of a reaction to it, given the fact that he's from like immigrant parents. He's Greek, so a little bit more appreciation of food.
He's clearly he was a nice guy. So if he was trying to handle it politely and nicely, but he was like, how am I going to get this home? So I don't know. We'll see. We got to maybe rethink the gift. What do you think?
Yeah, we got to rethink the gift.
All right.
This shit ain't working.
All right.
Yeah, this I thought was going to be a fucking home run, and it's dying on the vine, bro. Yeah, we may have to up our game and do a Whitney and start giving away heirlooms. Jewelry.
Well, what would you even give a guy like Tom Cruise if you got him on? Only thing I could think to give him is just look him in the eye and be like, and hold up a pen, and he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "I'm showing you. Where do I sign to join Scientology? because I'll do that because I'm so grateful that you're here. Can you say that stuff to him, do you think? Or like, I'm not joking about the religion. Like, if I did somewhere, I'm like, bro, do you think your religion helps you be so successful? You could say that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, why aren't we trying to get Vince Vaughn on?
Well,
Get Vince Vaughn.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So now that we've done it, I
got
feel like we kind of broke our cherry, and we're like, all right, what the fuck were we worried about? Not that we were worried about having guests on, but I also want to be a little bit more prepared in my questions of the guests. This free form stuff, yeah, it works, but I don't know, there's something that we should be doing different that's a little bit more kind of you and me, because this one, as Giannis, we had a good time and whatnot, but I always want to keep the thing going, so I feel like I got to have questions in the chamber. Yeah. I'm not really good with the whole kind of like conversation back and forth.
Right.
I feel like that's your strength. You're good at like, and by the way, I forgot to tell you this. Speaking of conversation, you're the type of guy that when you're hanging out having a good time, you actually tell the people that you're having a good time with that you're having a good time, right?
Yeah.
Normally the way I operate that is I'll have the good time, and then on the way to bed I'll tell Lana, I had a great time with Pete, didn't you? Yeah, it was great. But the touch you give it, which I haven't really seen, and I'm going to start doing myself, is you actually go, you guys are a great time. I'm having a blast with you.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I went to bed a little bit happier last night knowing that. Yeah. And so much so that I'm going to start doing it.
Go for it. You two are a great time, man. And, I'm picky. And I think that's such a important trait in anyone I like to be around is like, are you fun to hang out with? Because at the end of the day, isn't that what all this shit is about, right? Do all your work, do everything you got to do so that you can hang out with some good friends and some good family.
I think you should hang out with people in my life that are not fun, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to show them what fun is when you come over. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think people that aren't fun and have no ability to have any type of conversation whatsoever, if they're around people that are going back and forth, do they go in their head, oh, wow, no, this is something I would like to be a part of? Or do you think they just go,
Well, it's a little of both, like I've been around people that, some may think are boring, and then you get going and you find that thing, like whatever it is they do, like even if you work at a bank and you go, wait, does it bother you when they take the pens? That would piss me off if they took my pen every time, right? And maybe they go, oh yeah, no, you bring them out a little.
Yeah.
But if they don't come out, if they don't meet you out of the, I'm going to be at the hole, you come out of the hole and we meet right there, beat it. I cut you cut people like Jackie and I'm like done. I'm not going out of my way to hang out with them again. They didn't make the cut.
I feel you and Jackie are on the same page when it comes to unfun people. I think Lana and I are a little bit different in the sense that I go, I ain't hanging out with them again, and she'd go, oh well, they're kind of fun, and I'm like, I ain't looking for kinda.
Yeah, right?
I'm looking for fun.
Fun, right? Well, I know I made them laugh. I know I gave them a good time. They didn't do nothing for me though, And even what you can do is if they even just go, oh God, if they said to me, like, we're having a great time, Pete, you're so fun. That's enough. Acknowledge that I'm keeping this thing afloat.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, bro? But last night, great time. Yeah. This whole trip was great.
Trip was fantastic. We'll do it again, maybe at the end of the summer, beginning of September, around there.
I gotta say though, these two guys, Fist, very helpful this week. Really appreciate it. Patrick, very, very helpful.
Yeah, they were breaking their ass all week.
We busted their balls, but you guys are great, man.
The busting of the balls is, it's almost like, since this is a show, it adds
to
like, because the listeners going, oh, I wonder what his bolo tie looks like.
Yeah,
or,
it's great that Fist ain't normal at all, right? Yeah. It's great that you ran away from home, bro. It all helps. Right?
Yeah, it adds flavor and color to the show, so you know that there's something happening. behind the glass.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're doing mobile sets. We were in a fucking shit house yesterday, smelling God knows what coming out of the sewer. I mean, so there's a lot that these guys went through to make the show happen.
Absolutely.
But what we gotta do moving forward now is find out how we're gonna like roll these new shows out. That's something we'll talk about off camera. For now, this is another episode of the Pete and Sebastian Show. Now, we don't know. Is this ain't a Patreon, is it? No. We do have a Patreon page. I ain't gonna promote it after this. You know it's there, guys. You listen to us every week. We talk about it every day. $5 a month. Go to Patreon. You want to go there? Fine. If not, you want to sit here and watch a show, we'll be here once a week. But our Patreon page, and I have to say, has picked up within the last, I'd say, 7-9 days.
Yeah.
It's really kind of picked up. You're on there doing your thing. We got this live we're doing today at 4 p.m.
Beautiful.
So lots more to come.
Appreciate you all joining that. And we do try to go above and beyond on the Patreon show. Looking forward to the live one today.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next week. Pete and Sebastian Show. We are out.